G'day everyone, welcome back to Stu's Place Down Under. Today we're going to put the Letourneau D-Pull in the shed. Now for those of you who have seen it before, you'll know it doesn't steer. It's not producing any electricity from the alternator because these things are electric steer. So what we're going to do is get it going, roll it back, push the bowl around with the tractor and then try and line it up for the shed, and then once it's in there then I can go through all the wiring. I have seen it work. It used to work brilliant. We had it at a couple of shows over here, but since sitting, it has been in the shed, but just the weather getting in from either side and it's deteriorated the wiring. So I'm going to go through each one, solder the ends and eliminate all that process because all the sheathings come off the wiring, so they'd be arcing out. Runs good, drives good, it's not producing that power for the elevator and the steering. So Mick's just putting some water in it because the radiator leaks also, but that'll be something else we'll fix in there. And once the water's in, we'll get it going and just use the bowl and try and get it down the bottom of the hill there. Use the bowl and first gear and just ride it down the bottom, and then we'll push it around and try and get it up in here. Can spin that motor, but it's got a pretty big spline and I can't adapt anything to it without a little bit of engineering. And I think by the time I do that, I'd be able to get it in anyway. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch where we picked it up. There was a couple other startups of this bloke's collection that I bought it off, and we hauled it home on the old blue Kenworth, so it was a pretty good weekend. There may be another one coming, but don't tell my wife that's filming that that's happening. I'll be making myself going for another little adventure to get she's an open bowl, not an elevator. So we'll get it going and see if we can steer it with the farm tractor. We're just going to roll it down the hill just with it in first and drop the bowl if it gets out of hand. We'll push it down there where there's room to push the bowl around and line it up with the shed. All right, Mick, get it going. The 471 Jimmy too, if you haven't seen it before. Is it in gear?
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
Pull it towards you, Mick. Yeah. Not rolling. I don't think it'll take much. Must be fairly level. I'll just get behind it and I'll come back with you. And bring it up onto this little hump here. Must have sunk in a bit of a hole. You be right with her? Got it now, I think. Probably enough. Get the tractor. Right, she's in against the old 4070 there, the Transtar. Bit tight here, but this is a work bay too. I do a lot of work in this bay here, so the work we need to do will be around away from the Transtar, sort of in this area here. So you can see these twisted looms here, but all that sheathing's gone. She could be rubbing, any one of these could be rubbing from the rectifier back to the transformer to the alternator in there. So I'm going to do it all. I've got the same, when I bought it off him, he went and bought some wire, because thinking we might do it while we were there at his place, but ended up getting carried away doing other stuff, so we just pushed her on. And so I'll come with a roll of wire, some terminals which I'll solder. You can see it all down in there. So it could be any wire, but I don't think the major components would have failed just sitting there. It was driven in there. Used to send me videos of it driving around, and I've seen it at shows we've had. So yeah, it's certainly worth saving. And she had a pop there because of this too, which I'll have to pull that off, and you'll see it right out the other side there, but that's minor details. Couple of switches up here, and just bits and pieces like this, and it's all easy to fix. I like that sort of work. So brakes aren't hooked up, so with a scraper it's usually when in doubt, right hand out. When I used to drive 631s, they always said that you never use brakes on a scraper. So when in doubt, right hand out means if you get in trouble, you always have your hand on the bowl lever, push that out, and it'll just drop the cutting edge into the ground and pull her all up. So this is all electric too, the elevator motors. And you can see all the sheathing's gone. I think it'll be okay inside the looms, but where they're exposed to the weather's going to be the issue, but it is all doable. I've already got a full set of hoses for it in the car. I've done the two main bowl ones because it kept blowing those, and you can see one here as well. These are 24 volt positive ground, and the batteries actually excite the alternator and then goes from DC back to the batteries to charge, and then there's a transformer or a rectifier back to AC. It's pretty complicated. I'm sort of slowly learning them. I've got a couple of good books here on Lend. You may have seen the trunnion here, a lot of movement in that, but it doesn't bother me whatsoever. That's not going to let go unless that pin's cut right through. The floor's all the way back because the pipe through here is just a steel, like bit of steam pipe. BSP, I'd imagine, is rusted out either side. So when you pull the ejector lever, she's leaking out of either side. But that's all minor stuff. The back is S-cam brakes. That's all easy. I wouldn't mind just getting them working for a show. If you're doing a parade or a run around someone, you can run around the public. You can at least do something with it. If you have to drop the bowl on the bitumen road or something, it'd be a bit embarrassing. But you know, it's all what I go for it. It's certainly worth saving. I've wanted one for years, and he's a good mate of mine, and we've done a deal. I swapped an old 48 Bedford for it, and I'm very happy with it. There'll be a series on getting this going, and there was a loom made up. I don't know if it was this one here, one of these, but there is a loom made up by an electrical company here in Sydney. So I will fit that as well. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll find out what one that was soon enough. Once I lay it all out, and I'll be able to work that out. I can even call him, I suppose. I just dug the cables out to show you what's going on here. So we've got 3 packets of, what is that, 5 metres? It's 15 metres there. It may do, but there's a lot of dealers that deal in this Nava stuff, so that's the same, pretty similar gauge to what's on it. Going from that rectifier. There's another junction block which is very similar to this, and then there's a loom they had made up. So this has been made to basically the same specs as what's on that machine. So that's brand new. And you can see the condition that's in. That's just wonderful. So I've sort of got to find, either ring him or find where that attached to. I don't know if it's for the bowl, if it's for the steering, if it's, you know, between the rectifier and whatever else is going on under the seat there. I don't know, but we'll come across it, I'm sure. It's all going to be a series. It might be a couple of boring episodes in between just running wires, but for those of you interested, it might provide some sort of entertainment. Okay, I've had a lot of you say that this is a Wabco 111, and they're possibly the same thing. I don't know the difference, but this is actually a Letourneau D-Pull. When the Kenworth went viral with me bringing it up, well, up this particular hill coming home, people said it's a Wabco 111, but it is actual model DPF Tourneau Letourneau Westinghouse. I believe it was before it. It's got New Zealand written here too. It's got windshield wiper, must have been an option because she certainly hasn't got that. Manufactured in Australia, Letourneau Westinghouse Proprietary Limited, Rydalmere, New South Wales. Patent number possibly in New Zealand. And she's got a few numbers here that I haven't really read. Manufactured and sold worldwide. Following patent numbers, yeah. So that's what this would be. Australia, New Zealand, registered patent numbers. And the bowl is hydraulic bowl, so the other one is actually electric lift, the open bowl. This one here, I'll just show you. 23,200 pounds. I think it's 10 yard. If you can make anything. So it's the same plate pretty well with different things punched into it, but it's a Hancock bowl, I'm sure, this one. Completely different bowl to the tractor itself's a Letourneau D-Pull. Same tractor as the other one I'm getting, but the bowl is different. So it's electric. I think cable lift. Haven't had a lot to do with them. I'm not going to pretend I know anything about them because I don't. It's all new to me. And I think electric cable eject too. So you can see all this one's hydraulic hoses. Actually, they're all the same length. So when I got them made, I just got a BSP male either end, and then they got the swivel on the cylinder or the T-piece, the fitting. So I got them all made the same length. 13 of them, something like that. So there you go. Just going to interrupt this episode. We're just having a cold bottle of beer after we put the scraper in there, and something fairly Australian here. I'll show you some of you overseas viewers. Just saw these birds swooping something. I think it's a goanna. Just trying to have a go at the birds. Very, very big. I'm not going to... If you get near them, they can crawl up you and just scratch you to death. They just climb up you like you're a tree. I don't want to scare it. It's not a rare sight, but it's not every day you see them either. So that'll climb that tree. It could run up me really quick. Beautiful. They've got it like a septic bite too, I believe. I've never been attacked by one, but there he goes. Beautiful. A lot of really good Australian wildlife living in the bush. We get echidnas. Down the river we get platypus. Then of course we get all the brown snakes and all the deadliest stuff in the world is right here at my place. Kangaroos, wallabies. So you can see what it'd do to you. So those claws would dig right into your skin. Some of you Aussie blokes might be laughing at me now, but the people that haven't seen them, And that's only a little one. Beautiful. All right, we'll go back to the scraper and the beer. New audience is still watching. This is my other collection. You've seen the bad ones down the back, the rusty ones and the old ones waiting for restoration or whatever's going on, but these are all my good ones. 871 Kenworth. 871 Kenworth there. That's gone viral on Facebook and TikTok. Me driving it and bringing that scraper home. There's a old white 4000 there with a 671 in it. An old Ford LNT 9000 with a 903. 400 Transtar with an 871 and a twin steer Kenworth with a 400 big cam and a G88 Volvo with they're a TD100 in those. That's in pretty good order actually. We've had all the rust cut out of it. Well, most you can see a gap up in that top pillar just there in the other side of the roof that hasn't been finished. Complete truck apart from the header tank for the radiators. We sent that away and I don't know where that ended up. So this is all the stuff that's coming up if you're new to my channel, and I thank you all. And remember to hype the video, remember to click the like button, costs nothing, subscribe costs nothing, and share it with your friends, and thank you all those people that do watch, and a special thank you to the members that support me.